Welcome to my Me Time Monday wellness hack on life, liberty, and happiness and the Caregiver Bill of Rights. This is a Me Time Monday wellness hack, which is part of our Self-Care in 7 Minutes video series. I'm Sherri, gerontologist, author of Me Time Monday, and CEO of the Caregiving Club. When we think of the birth of America and the document that created our DNA, the Declaration of Independence, you have to pause and think about the prolific words in that document: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. When I wrote my Me Time Monday book, I found it interesting that happiness is included in our list of 3 essential rights. But happiness is also a choice. In other words, we have the right to pursue happiness, but getting it is entirely within our own power. So as we pursue longer, healthier, and happier lives, we also encounter caregiving for loved ones, and it is often because they need help maintaining their independence. The challenge for millions of American caregivers, those family members caring for a special needs child, a spouse or partner, a parent or grandparent, a friend, or a sibling, is how do we find happiness when our loved one is struggling with health issues? But happiness has to be part of the caregiver pursuit. It is why I wrote these 10 Caregiver Bill of Rights as an article over 10 years ago. Now, there are other versions of these Caregiver Bill of Rights that have been floated around out there, but I feel like this covers the 7 areas of wellness I write about in my Me Time Monday book. So here are my 10 Caregiver Bill of Rights. Number 1, the right to have balance between caring for my loved one and caring for myself. The right to have the desire to care for a loved one means that we sometimes encounter our caregiver Achilles heel, which is sometimes the reluctance to ask for and accept help. So I will maintain routines and plans as best as I can and seek help so as not to lose myself while on this caregiving journey. I will accept help provided to me by family and friends so I do not feel I am all alone. Number 2, the right to receive a financial break or tax credit for caring full-time for my loved one, whether I'm caring for a child or an older parent. In the same way Americans are granted tax credits for dependent children, I should be granted tax credits for caring for older loved ones who are dependent on me for their constant care. Number 3, the right to work for an employer that understands and supports caregivers. As part of a multi-generational workforce where care is affecting almost every employee in some way, more and more of us will face the life event of caregiving while on the job. Today, 7 out of 10 caregivers are juggling work and caregiving, and 1 in 3 caregivers decide to leave work to care for their loved one full-time, often sacrificing their own financial future. Therefore, I have the right to work for an employer that will provide me with the employee assistance to maintain my work performance and productivity, my own health and wellness, and support my caregiving for my loved one without fear of reprisal, dismissal, or stigma. Number 4, the right to expect the nation's legislators to acknowledge the valuable service I perform and to enact policies that not only support those with illness or disability, but support their family caregivers as well. This includes acknowledging my role as a first responder in the long-term care crisis in this country. I should expect our legislators to ease the burden of caregiving, especially financially, so I can continue to perform as part of the largest volunteer healthcare workforce in the country. Number 5, the right to expect my loved ones' medical advisors and healthcare professionals to recognize my critical role as part of the primary and long-term care team and give me the information I will need to best care for my loved one. I should expect healthcare professionals to communicate with me without violating my loved one's privacy rights under HIPAA so I can best care for my loved one. And especially when it comes to transitions of care, I should be seen as a critical player in helping my loved one through patient transitions from hospital to home or other facility as I maintain their health, medication compliance, and other aspects of care that will decrease hospital readmissions and overall healthcare costs. Number 6, the right to easily find resources that will help me in my caregiving journey. Whether these services are provided by public or private organizations, every caregiver should know where to turn to get the help and education they need at whatever stage of caregiving they are encountering. Number 7, The right to not take on the financial burden of caregiving all by myself. I should not have to put my financial future at risk to care for my loved one today. It should be the obligation of elected officials and the healthcare system to ensure costs of care should not bankrupt our citizens and our country. Number 8, the right to make choices that will help me manage my stress without feeling guilt or depression that I am focusing on myself at times rather than solely on my loved one. This includes the right to take a break for a few minutes or even a few days, and to avoid feeling guilty to care for myself as well as my loved one. The need to seek respite is in my caregiving duties, and it is essential to my ability to continue caring for my loved one long term. Caregiving is a marathon, not a sprint. Number 9, the right to speak up and expect my close circle of friends and family to understand my caregiving role and to support me in any way they can. This includes the right to expect I can reach out to them so I do not feel alone. Also, that my spouse or partner, my adult children, my siblings, my co-workers, and my close friends will lift me up when I am down and help me keep going on this caregiving journey. And number 10, the right to expect life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, even while so much of my time, energy, and attention is going to care for my loved one. Happiness can be part of the caregiving experience if you seek it. One of the silver linings of caregiving is to know ourselves better and to know we have helped to provide our loved one with their gift of life, liberty, and happiness. I hope you enjoyed this Me Time Monday Wellness Hack. Every Monday, I will have a new self-care in 7 minutes video. You can find more information in my book, Me Time Monday, the weekly wellness plan to find balance and joy for a busy life, or visit MeTimeMonday.com or CaregivingClub.com. And don't forget to subscribe to our Caregiving Club YouTube channel to get all the self-care in 7 minutes videos every Monday. Take care and stay well.